All right, good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. I am live on Instagram now and live on Zoom, so no TikTok. But let me go ahead and get started. Tonight is Let's Do Deals Tuesday, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST time. I already have my camera turned backwards because I don't want to repeat myself. So we're going to say this one time, but let me drop a couple comments on here, let people know we are on live. And I'm going to pin my website again this evening. Stay towards the end. We do have some announcements. Some of you have been asking quite a bit on the next event. When is the next live event? Because I want to join. So that is definitely something we're going to be covering about tonight. We slightly talked about it, I think, on Sunday and Saturday, but let's move it along very quickly. It is definitely set at this time. So we'll talk about some of that as well. But that being said, let me go ahead and jump on deals, and then I'm going to talk about some of the markets also that we're going to be in. We are traveling quite a bit more. I've been saying that, and I think we're back to maybe twice, if not three times a week. So, and I don't mean locally, that's for sure. So, I mean, we are going to be traveling out of states, whether we're flying there, driving there. If we drive, we're obviously making multiple stops. One thing I was talking about with our new team investors is, a lot of these stops that we're doing, we're almost going to try to do as much as we can, of course, so we can't stop at every location for, X amount of time, but almost like doing little meets as we go along. So we're working on some of that, and we are working with their team. So maybe whether it's me, it's, the other partners, or we will have somebody. So that's kind of in the works. But anyway, definitely don't want to convert a 1 day trip into 7 days making multiple stops, but yeah, we'll be working on some of that. We are picking up a lot more inventory again. We're in Georgia, east of Atlanta, so it's only natural that we pick up the most inventory here regularly where we're at. But as part of growth, as part of expanding, the thing is that we are going to continue to expand. We're going to continue to grow. And along with that is we're already putting a lot of fillers out there for contractors, for handyman. So, in the past, we've tried to help any of our investors, some of our students. If you're looking for a reliable contractor, what you need handymans, you need whatever it may be. What we're trying to source that out also, because whether you need them or we need them, the goal is that anytime we get a reliable contractor, we keep them steady busy, steady going, and let's see, never let them go, you never get them back, kind of thing. So, we're doing that a lot right now, and we did that some in Arkansas. We're doing some that was in Jonesboro, Arkansas, I'm sorry, and we're doing that now in East Georgia, and we're probably going to expand even further out into closer towards Savannah. So a lot of that is in the works. But look, let me go ahead and get into the deals, start sharing my screen, and then we'll talk about some of these announcements, like I said. So, yeah. And I know we have not updated also the sheet. I know we need to put the couple more of the cities that we're going to be working in and states. And look, the bottom line is this spreadsheet here is going to have to expand. I'm even thinking about maybe I don't know if we can do a PDF or just go ahead and go through a website. And my internet is very slow, so I'm very impatient with technology that does not work. But I'm not going to throw my laptop. I'm not going to throw it out. I got to present this. So you got to bear with me. What is this? There you go. All right. So we got Somerset, Kentucky. We talked about Somerset, Kentucky. We're going to be there Friday of this week. We're going to be there, spend some time. On the way back, we're going to be stopping where I am. I know for a fact we're going to be investing and that's Ringgold, Georgia, which is, you're there at the Tennessee line, really, Ringgold, Georgia. So Chattanooga may be another market also, but we will be making those two stops for sure this following up Friday. I'm sorry, this coming up Friday. We got in Central Georgia. We're back to Thomaston. We got a few that are coming available there. Thomaston, Georgia. Check that market out. Get good numbers, good rentals. We got Macon, Georgia. We're finalizing. That's taking a little bit longer than I like, but again, we got to finalize everything by doing a thorough due diligence, making sure everything is up to par. And may I remind y'all, okay, when you're doing that due diligence, one thing to keep in mind now, it is 2024, which means that, taxes could be passed due. And if you're talking about 2 years or more, you could be looking at tax sales. You do not want to invest in mobile homes that are getting ready or already placed on the tax sales. So just a little hint for y'all, okay? And I'm not saying that's what's going on in Macon, but we're reviewing things. Dublin, Georgia, we picked up, we have 5 more coming available there, I believe. So that's going to make a total of, I shouldn't be sharing my screen yet. Total of about 25 units, 25 mobile homes, and that's not counting the 7 that we put off to the side for our contractors to kind of get started on that. So stay tuned. Like I said, that's going to be an area you want to focus on. We got Griffin, as always. We're always doing big things there. We did infill the park, 127 mobile homes brought into a community. That's unheard of. Okay, that is unheard of. Not because of how many mobile homes it was, but all the work that it took, the development, I mean, just permits, inspection. We ain't done. We ain't done, but we're right there at the finish line. So I know some of our sales agents, if you're on this call, you know what I'm talking about, but that has been a hassle. It's been a learning lesson is what it is, because you're dealing with the city officials, getting permits, getting inspections, and it does not matter how you put it. They don't like mobile homes. That's all there is to it. Here comes this guy again with his mobile homes. Like, yeah, here I am again, and I'm gonna keep on coming in there because we got a second part in Griffin, Georgia, Spalding County. We're gonna do the same thing too. So you're gonna see a lot of us. That's all there is to that. But we know what you need now, and we know what you're looking for. So unless they go change that up again, we're gonna be all right. So all right, let me get back to sharing, and I'm going to show you a couple homes. Now, one thing that I started doing, and I want to do slightly anyway. We have so many of these homes that we're uploading on here. Like I said, the inventory is going to continue to grow, so we can't put so many tabs. And if we change this whole system out, then we may have to move that around as well. But what I want to do is check out this 102. So a lot of these, like I tell you, I invest and I rehab on the same exact mobile homes that y'all look at. Okay, so when you see this here and you change your mind or don't want to invest, if my contractors need something to do, or we're continuing, because we are continuing to grow our portfolio, we're going to get a hold of these homes, and we're going to immediately put on here is GMHU now rehab. It means you are not allowed to get it anymore. You can buy it from us if you like once it's fully done rehab. And numbers are not going to look as fabulous as they were when it was a fixer upper, but you get a chance. You get a chance to come in and get them while they're fixer uppers, handyman specials. Okay, call them what you will. But what I wanted to do is start putting the before and then the after, so that y'all can get an idea. And a lot of this, I know a lot of you struggle with comparables and what is the as is values and what can I sell this back for. That's huge. That's important. But with mobile homes, it's not so easy as Zillow or Truly or none of those sites, because that's the mobile homes we invest in. You're not going to find there. So it helps you, if nothing more, to come on our spreadsheet and say, well, I'm also investing in Griffin. May not be the specific community, but it gives you an idea as to what the mobile homes are selling. But along as you want to make sure that when you're comparing, you compare equally. That's huge. Okay, you hear me say it in the coaching trainings. Don't compare 2-bedroom, 2-bath, single wide to a double wide, 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It's not equal. Okay, it doesn't matter if one needs more or less of the other. So, coming on here, if you're going to compare, make sure that your rehab is also up to par to as what you're looking at, or at least, within that, so that it's an actual comparable. So Griffin 102, it is listed for 30,000. And yes, our numbers went up because we did additional work to the homes. So not only do they have brand new decks, all brand new skirting. If you see the skirting missing on some of these, we're still putting that together, to putting everything together underneath the plumbing. So that's new as well. Once that gets done, then we put the skirting on it. New roofs, we are putting stoves in it. Apparently the city thinks that's part of permit. So whatever, we'll put a stove in it for you. You get an appliance, okay? We are putting HVAC systems in these units. So, those are huge, huge. And again, those are selling points as well. When you're talking about a brand new roof, and brand new water heaters, okay? We got a lot of water heaters we bought in a bulk. So, and I'm talking 50 gallons. Big boys we're putting in there. Those are selling points. But anyway, enough of talking. So 2-bedroom, 2-bath. This is what it looked like originally getting started. And I say this every time for you on Instagram. I know it's hard for y'all to see my screen. Okay. But tomorrow morning when this call gets posted on our YouTube, you can go and check it out. So, nothing extreme. This is one of those, I say it looks uglier than it really is. There's, it's ugly to look at, but when it's sense of repairs, numbers, budgets, I like it. It's very simple. And when I come in and get some of these that are already don't have any carpet, like this kitchen here, that's easy for me. fix whatever needs to be fixed and lay some vinyl and you're good to go. Okay. Nothing major. I mean, a lot of little cosmetics, light fixtures. We paint the ceilings, we paint the walls, we replace any broken doors, stuff like this. So I think we actually put a new toilet in one of the bathrooms here also. So it was just, maybe it was that one. So, but here is underneath now. This is the finish, the after, after repair, the after rehab. So this is what I'm talking about. If you come in here now, you're looking at the comparison. Okay, you got the before ugly looking. You come in and see the post. Now I can see what we are doing to some of this. So if I was looking for some comparables, I would at least want to know that my homes look at least up to par, if you will. Gives you an idea, right? And this is what we're doing to the mobile homes. Some of you tell us this mobile home is unrehabable. I love when people tell me that. It's unrehabable. What does that mean? Everything is rehabable if you want to put the money to it. Okay. There it is. Light fixtures, blinds, both of these doors are new. So this is nothing extreme. Okay. But it's livable, it's presentable, and it's done very, very well done, if you will. I don't know if you can see the mini split on this photo. You cannot, the little HVAC, you can, it's back here. Okay. So I don't know. Y'all on Instagram, y'all are gonna have to, it's on the wall. Okay. It's the mini splits, 2 tons that goes on the wall. You got the section that goes outside. And then of course you got little vents that can be ran into bedrooms and that sort of thing. So it is very from what I understand. Okay. And they even got these things even have Wi-Fi. They have an app. So if you're ever out of the house and you come home and it's kind of cold, you can log into your little app and turn the heat up, whatever, neat stuff. So it's definitely, again, presentable, if nothing more. These things are neat. Too expensive, I think, for those little HVACs, but that's part of the investment. So we did that one. Let me see if we did the same thing on 109. So, okay, so here's what it looks like on one that's more of a finished look. Now this one, all the plumbing is done. So now we put all the skirting brand new on it. We were going to paint this unit here, but after pressure washing, I mean, it's presentable. This looks like is we in our mind have to keep as well comparables. Obviously the inside needs to be brought up, rehab, that sort of thing. But the outside, appearance, it's not ugly, is it by any means? And this is about what you see in the community. So I don't, it's not going to be for paint. Also, what are we asking for this one? This one is 35,000. It is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, but it's a much larger. I think this one here is a 16 by 80. So, you can easily make them into a 3 bedroom, and we probably should have had. So, which reminds me, 107 is not on here. That's a 3 bedroom. I was in Griffin today. So, okay. Well, these are the finished photos on this one. I don't think we kept the pre-photos. And again, notice one thing about our rehabs. It looks the same. The paint is similar, the trim is similar, the doors. Why is that? Okay. Again, we are always thinking about the expenses, the budgets, and we don't throw away anything. So if we have an extra door remaining, I don't know why you would, but if you have an extra door or you have extra vinyl or extra lumber, trim, whatever it may be, whatever does not go in home A goes in home B or home C, or you see what I'm getting at. You start spreading this material. So when you get down the line of 3 or 4th mobile home, you'll notice that you almost just about have enough material remaining to rehab that one and not need any additional. So it's a beautiful thing, having leftovers. Okay. Let me see. 110. This one, stay tuned for. This is a rough one. Now, we've already put a brand new roof on it. We already started putting the mini splits on it, the HVAC, but it is going to be one of those that you want to see. And see, this one here is one of those, a perfect example. You look at it and you think, well, cosmetics are, it's not that big of a deal. We'll paint the walls, we'll paint the ceiling. We did put a new roof, like I said, so that there was a couple sections that the roof is now repaired, but the inside insulation and that needs to be torn up and fixed. But if you go into the community and visit this mobile home and see, you can almost see it here on the floor. The floor is all particle board. Okay, or it was particle board because it's all ruined now from moisture. And of course, when we moved the mobile home, that didn't help the situation anymore. So it's been wet. The particle board gets wet. It absorbs almost like a sponge and it tears apart. You can barely walk through this mobile home because the floors are horrible. So the entire floors are going to have to be repaired. Now think about that when you think about the size of the mobile home. This is part of budgeting. If I'm taking a single wide and the size of it, which I love a 16 by 80 until I have to replace the entire flooring. How many sheets of plywood is it going to take? Okay, that's what you got to start adding up and putting together. I need 50 pieces of plywood, or it's just way to add it up, put the budget together. That's all I'm trying to get at. So, but this one, stay tuned for it. This one's going to be one of those ugly, gets uglier before it gets better, and then it's going to be a very presentable mobile home. We are working on the skirting now, like I said. So really, all that remains at this point is the interior. And no, the interior itself is not terrible. So I love walking into mobile homes that don't have holes everywhere. The plumbing is destroyed and the electrical's pulled out. This it just adds on to the bill. So let me see. All right, we're at 7:17. Let me speed up a little bit. All right, I want to talk about these Dublin homes. And the reason I want to bring these up is because, you know what? That's what I'm going to do, because I think I went over a couple of these. Yeah, we'll go over a couple of these in a second, but I want to talk about this now. I said at the beginning of the call, pay attention to the Dublin mobile homes. Now, a lot of you are new to investing. You're still trying to get your feet wet. You're still trying to figure out, and there's no rush to it. There's no rush. I always say take action sooner rather than later, but you definitely want to study and educate yourself. Try to learn at least the simple basics, fundamentals. Dublin, Georgia. I decided, and we were talking about this Saturday and some Sunday, which today is Tuesday, 2 days ago. We were talking about the next and the first mobile home mastery. Only this one was going to be the mobile home mastery slash Shadow J for a day. Those are two separate events that we've combined together to make it the first one of the year. And we decided at this time it's going to be February Saturday. It's a Saturday, February 24th. Put that on your calendar. A lot of you have already taken initiative. You've already sent me a DM through our Instagram and said, please add me to it. Awesome. Good for you, because you are on the list. Now, we actually don't even have the web page up yet. That's going to happen this weekend when we get with our admins. We have not created a payment link. This is all in the works, but it's filling up very quickly, like it always does. So if you're interested in joining us out there, and you want to start investing, there's no better place to start investing than to start in those that we walk you through, because that's what the event is. We're going to teach you step by step. We have resources there. I actually confirmed our insurance agent, he's delighted to be there, Mr. Chris Franco. So y'all get to meet him there in person. He is the owner of A Plus Insurance, who can insure your mobile homes and us. He's insuring one of our mobile home parks. So the guy's legit. He'll be there to talk about policies from if you're rehabbing a mobile home, yes, you need a policy. Once it's rehab, yes, you need a policy. Always protect your assets, bottom line. Okay. We're going to have our contractor, Sam, who's going to be walking us through. So the point is to take you to this community and walk you in and out of every mobile home as much as possible, and show you a thorough breakdown of what they need. Now, this is an education as much as we want you to come ready to invest, because that's the point of is that, come and learn and go home and think about it. You're back to square one. You come to these events and you can invest, and we can show you this is what we would do to the mobile homes. This is how we would rehab, put the budgets, give you a real idea of what it needs. So that when you walk out of that mobile home, that you're thinking, I'm going to invest in this one. You know what it takes. You know what you need, and you have all the resources. There's no more questions to be said at that point. Mr. Sam, like I said, is going to be there, so he's going to be able to show you. Because what I like to show people, much like I'm doing here this evening, is I want to show you an ugly mobile home. Another mobile home that's sitting, it hasn't been rehabbed, it's been vacant for months, maybe even years. And then I want to walk you through one that's being rehabbed. So you're going to get to see Sam and his crews. We got 3 crews out there that are going to be rehabbing on the spot. You get to walk and ask them questions. Then you're going to get to see a few of the mobile homes that are going to be ready. That's where we're going to host the event. And you're going to be in a mobile home that it looked like this, but now it's been rehabbed, and this is what, obviously livable, presentable looks at that point. So all in all, it's a one-day event. Starts from 9 a.m. We typically finish around 2 or 3 o'clock. Of course, we take an hour for lunch, but it is back to back, back to back, back to back. We have a park manager who's going to be there. I know one of the biggest fears a lot of investors, including myself, when I got started is, what do I say to park managers? They're scary people, okay? They're scary people to talk to, but it's all because you don't know what to ask, how to approach them, okay? You're gonna have a chance to cold call while we're there. Okay, we're gonna have we're gonna help your pitch. We're gonna help you ask questions, figure out things, point things that you need to know from call number one, and obviously be able to get into. Department manager, Miss Crystal, will be able to give you tips also as to what you should say, when to call. Just it's a whole very, thinking about investing in a mobile home. It's like it's so simple when it comes to the mobile home, but there's so many things behind the scenes that a lot of investors don't do. And these are the investors that come to us, and there's no deals, nobody's selling, nobody's this. It's like it's your approach. It's your approach. And of course, one thing that happens is once you get one deal, you get another deal, and you get another deal. The first lesson that we cover at this event is branding, marketing, and advertising, which is huge. When somebody thinks about buying or selling a mobile home, they should think about you. And the only way to do it is to be steady, consistent with your branding, marketing, advertising. Starting to get into the coaching mode already. Okay. But we'll teach you all the above. So look, that's going to be a one-day event, 15 people. No excuses. 15 people. One thing that I've said in the past, and I know my sales admins sometimes get a little happy and they start allowing more people. They have a friend, a relative. 15 people is all we're going to allow. I like these events to be small for a reason. And one is safety. You cannot fit 30, 40, 50 people in one mobile home, especially fixer uppers that floors are falling through. So safety is number one. Number two is I like to make sure that I get to meet everybody. I like to make sure that I answer everybody's questions so that when they leave, they're like, well, he didn't really talk about this and we didn't really cover that. We're going to cover everything. Okay. Bring your pads ready. I'll bring pads for y'all. So you can definitely make notes on that. What else on that? Yeah, the connections. I am working on bringing a speaker, a coach. I'm thinking I did this before on the Shadow J events in the past. We would bring a coach, a mentor that would also contribute and add an additional two. I want to give y'all as much information possible, but I don't want to overwhelm you. And that's kind of what was happening. There is a coach and mentor would kind of bring their own spiel, their own coaching, and before you know it, people were just too much to consume, too much notes, right? So we want to stick to what we're there for. We're there to invest, and we're there to learn about our investments. That's what the Mobile Home Mastery is going to be, February 24th. Send us a DM. Stay tuned for this weekend. We will have everything ready. You'll see our webpage up. You'll be able to sign into the link and save your seat. All right. Let me see. Which is on here. For people who want to know, what do you suggest when checking the roofs or mobile homes before you invest? Yeah, roofs. Roofs are interesting. Roofs are interesting. I mean, you can typically see a mobile home roof as you're approaching it, typically, no matter how the park sits. But if you cannot, it doesn't take long for if there's a leak on the roof to get through the mobile home. I've had people say, well, what if it's been leaking for a few months and we don't know inside? No, no, no. You got a roof, you got insulation, and you got, the ceiling. That's it. So if it starts to leak, you'll notice immediately. And typically you'll see a big old black spot in the corner or the sheetrock falling down, whatever it may be. So, that's easy to check in. And we go over this at the mastery. Reviewing a mobile home starts from the top to the bottom. Exterior, top to bottom. When you walk in, the first thing I'm looking at is the ceiling. Any leaks, cracks around the windows, anywhere water can get through, I'm paying attention to. And then you just work your way down. So, that's a good question on that. But all right, that's all I have for this evening. We're going to be working on getting you more deals. I am doing a lot more training videos also. They'll be posted on as our Reels or YouTube. So check out GarciaMHU.com. And like I said, okay, send us a DM. I hope to see you all there February 24th, but I know seats are going to fill up quick. So Saturday morning, we'll be back here, same channel, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. All right. Thank you all on Instagram for joining. Have a good night.